Okay, Michaela. I think America is in mourning right now because you were one of the standouts of season 33. Certainly one of Jeff Probst's favorites, I think. So I'm just wondering, what
Oh,
was it like?
I appreciate it.
What? Say that again?
Oh, I said I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, what was it like for you? Because not a lot of people have been in the situation where you're watching your blind side happen on TV in front of you.
Oh, it was crazy. So, of course, I knew it was coming, right? So I wasn't surprised, but I just was like, ooh, that hurt, like jam. It kind of put the jam in the heart again. And just seeing the reactions of my family and friends, they were like, what? Everybody was like me. I was so dramatic in the moment, but that was such a real moment. I think it's awesome that it's captured on TV.
Did you give your friends and family like a little bit of a warning, like you may not like this one?
No, actually, I was like, yo, I'm finally back in town. Come over to the house. Let's watch Survivor. So I was just making it like, oh, I'm back. I just moved into my apartment, housewarming. And then, we lose the challenge. And I was like, don't worry. Watch this, y'all. So I'm they're building up for it. And then all of a sudden my name starts coming up and everybody like flies back like, what? So it was great to see their reaction. Most of them had no clue.
In the months that have passed since this was filmed, have you been able to forgive Jay for what he did to you?
Oh, of course. Like, I completely understand. Even though I felt betrayed in the moment, out of that moment, I realized, Jay is playing the game for Jay to win, not for Michaela. So even though we had a personal connection, even though we have the same, we have similar backgrounds, we know we want to change things for our families, and we know that income or money is a big part of the opportunities that we can create for ourselves. Even though I know all of that, I realized that if Jay felt like me staying in the game could still make him $1 million, I would have stayed in the game. But Jay felt threatened. He felt like my presence could take away his chance to change his family's future. And I can respect that, particularly since he owned up to it. So, I was over it within 30, 40 minutes. Like, because I get it. It's a game. I get it. So I didn't take it personally.
So maybe your downfall was that you weren't selfish enough out there. He was thinking just about himself, and you were more about the group. Let's come together and take out these other guys. And he was more like thinking for himself.
Exactly. He was thinking like a traditional Survivor player, and I was thinking like Michaela in my regular life. In regular life, I fight for my team. I work with my team. Like, the more I can help other people, the more that I get. But in Survivor, you've got to fight for you, and that's just a philosophical mistake that I made in the game.
And let's say you guys did vote out Brett or Sunday, and then you four millennials made it to the merge. Do you think all of the millennials would have come together as a big group and voted out the Gen Xers? There were some divisions there, like with Zeke and with Adam, but how do you think it would have all played out?
Oh, no, 100% completely no. The millennials would have not worked together. And that little seashell thing that I laid out to them, talking about let's go to 4, the first part of my plan was let's vote out Michelle. Because Michelle is the one that can change a vote at tribal council. She's got you wrapped around her finger. She's got you wrapped around her finger. And that conversation is one of the critical things that got me sent home. So, no, millennials were never going to work together till the end. It's just that all the popular kids, minus Figgy, were still in the game. So the rest of us, no, that wouldn't have worked.
Every time on Survivor that there's a big tribe swap or a tribe switch, it messes up somebody's game. Do you think you would have made it further if there was no, tribe swap into the 3 new tribes? Because the millennials were dominating those challenges. Do you think you would have lasted longer?
Yeah, if the millennials never were split up, if we kept winning, heck yes. We had a clear competitive edge over the Gen Xers, and that would have been just boring television to watch them lose every week.
Right.
So I get the swap. I feel grateful for the the swap that I ended up on, I didn't like Ikabula the island. It was desolate. It was horrible. There were bugs. But Ikabula the tribe, the people that were there, that was a blessing in disguise for me. And that kept me safer than anything. I might have ruffled some feathers if I was on Vanua, or I might have, I don't know if I would have fit well, on that Takali tribe. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I feel like I was in a decent position in Ikabula, and I should have just made a move. I shouldn't have expected a vote to be so easy. I should have done something.
Right. Okay, let's talk about the showmance. You were against the showmance between Figgy and Taylor. It was almost like you were personally offended that they would, treat the game this way and take their mind off of the game. So take us through it. What was about their showmance that you were against it so much?
There was a couple things. One, I'm a task-oriented person, and so when we first hit the beach, I want to be building this shelter because Jeff clearly said there's clouds in the sky and there's going to be rain. So Figgy was the one person that I never saw picking up a piece of bamboo to contribute to the shelter. And so that agitated me off the jump. Second, like I said, we stink, we're dirty, have some decorum with your relationship. That's just different. Anybody I'm dating would not kiss me if my breath stinks. They would be like, girl, you better wash your mouth out. So that was just a foreign idea to me. And then third, I had heard Taylor talking about a girlfriend, so I was like, oh, this is disrespectful. There's somebody else that's not on the island that's a part of this situation. So I just thought that was unnecessary. But you know what? When on Vanua, do as the Vanuans, I guess, and they were running stuff. So let them have their moment.
What do you think was your biggest game move? Like, when you look back, what are you the most proud of that you did?
It's okay. So things I'm most proud of: one, pulling it out on the challenges so many times, and then always being humble about it. That was one thing I like that was shown. Another thing, it kind of wasn't shown, but when I was helping Zeke and Michelle with the table puzzle, after they got one ball, I actually told Adam vote Figgy, and I was emphasizing the need to do that, just mouthing vote Figgy to him, and hoping.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so that was the whole conversation back at Ikabula. While the other tribe was at tribal council, we're like, okay, you think Adam's going to do it? And I was like, I hope he does, I hope he does, I hope he does. And the fact that he did it, oh, that was great. So just influencing the game that little bit. Now, it probably would have been in my best interest had I not made it a topic of conversation at Ikabula. But, just encouraging somebody to change the game a little bit. I like that I did that.
What was it that made you apply to be on Survivor? Was it for the experience or for the prize money, for the fame? What was it for you particularly?
For me, it was $1 million. I'm a person
right.
that I come from humble beginnings, and I've worked really hard, particularly like this whole go to school, make good grades, go to college, get a job. I did that. And I realized there are a ton of people with a job who have unfulfilling lives, and there are a ton of people with a job who make XYZ amount of money every year, yet 63% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account. So if my goal is to set up my kids and their kids to be better off, to have more opportunities or to have less of the stresses that I had, then I got to find a way now to start making things happen to shift my financial future. And so the chance to win, like legally win $1 million just by putting in some hard work and some effort and getting uncomfortable, I said, sign me up. Did I know everything that I was getting into? Heck no. That would have scared me. But I did it, and I just figured it out along the way.
Well, we are a prediction website at Gold Derby. We predict who we think will win Survivor. We have Adam in first place, and we had you in second place, Michaela. We thought we thought you were going to take it. So let me ask, if you were on the jury, who would you vote for? I think there's 13 people left. Who would you give the prize money to?
At this point, I feel like Zeke has a lot of options right now. He knows where the idol is. I know personally how he makes everybody feel like he's their friend on the island. He's such a strong social player. It'll probably come out later in the game. And he's so smart. He's strategic. So Zeke has a total package. Ken also. If not Zeke, I'd vote for Ken. Ken is physically competitive, but he doesn't make himself stick out as a target. Also, he knows how to communicate with people. He knows how to listen. He has this softer side of him, and that draws people in. Whereas, like, my intense side can be abrasive sometimes. He can be intense and then flip it and draw people in. So I think one of the two of them, just judging by what I've seen so far, one of the two of them would probably get my vote.
Nice. Well, thank you for talking with us. I have a feeling you will be remembered, Michaela. I think people are going to remember you for a long time.
Oh, well, great. I want to be legendary, so,
Yes, I'm one of the best. All right, have a great day.
Thank you. You too.